The future is not something we wait for, it's something we create. Many people fear the unknown. But let me tell you, the best way to predict the future is to build it yourself. Dream big. Start small. These 4 words carry the power to transform your life, your future, and your destiny. But most people either dream without action or act without a clear dream. The real magic happens when you dare to dream beyond limits, yet stay grounded enough to take the first step. Think about it. Every great invention, every massive business, every world-changing idea started with something small, just a thought, a spark, a tiny step forward. Apple started in a garage. Alibaba started with a group of friends in an apartment. Even the tallest building in the world was once just a blueprint on paper. But here's the problem: most people wait for the perfect moment. They wait for the right resources, the right connections, the right timing. And in that waiting, they lose time. They lose confidence. They lose the dream itself. Because the truth is, there is no perfect moment. There is only now, right here, right in this very second. Maybe you have a dream in your heart, something you've been thinking about for months or even years, but you hesitate. Maybe you're afraid of failing. Maybe you think you're not ready. Maybe the world around you keeps telling you it's impossible. But let me tell you something, every success story begins with someone who dared to believe even when no one else did. I want you to imagine a young entrepreneur. He has no money, no investors, no experience, but he has a vision, a belief that someday he can create something valuable. While others doubt him, he takes a small step. He starts with what he has. Maybe it's just an idea scribbled on a piece of paper. Maybe it's just one customer. Maybe it's just one late night of hard work while the world sleeps. But he starts. And that's the difference. The difference between those who dream and those who achieve. The ones who succeed are not always the smartest, the richest, or the most talented. They are the ones who take action, who start where they are, who trust that the small step today will turn into something greater tomorrow. Think about a tree. It doesn't grow overnight. It starts as a tiny seed, buried in darkness. It faces storms. It struggles through seasons. But it keeps growing, slowly, silently, until one day it stands tall and unshakable. That's how dreams work too. If you want to build something big, your own company, your own future, your own success, you don't need $1 million. You don't need everything figured out. You just need to begin. One step, one decision, one small move in the right direction. And let me tell you, it won't be easy. The path will be uncertain. You will fail. You will doubt yourself. People will laugh at you. Some will say it's impossible. Some will say you're wasting your time. And that's when you must remind yourself, every great leader, every successful entrepreneur, every game changer heard those same words. They didn't stop. Neither should you. Because the truth is, the future does not belong to those who wait. It belongs to those who start today. No matter how small, no matter how uncertain, no matter how many obstacles stand in the way. So, whatever your dream is, start now. Start small, but just start. Opportunities are everywhere. But the problem is, most people don't see them. They're too busy looking for something perfect, something easy, something guaranteed. But the truth is, opportunities don't come wrapped in gold. They come disguised as problems, as struggles, as moments of uncertainty. Think about it. Every successful company in the world today exists because someone saw a problem and decided to fix it. The biggest brands, the biggest leaders, the biggest breakthroughs known of them started because someone was lucky. They started because someone was hungry. Hungry to change something. Hungry to create something. Hungry to make things better. The problem is most people wait. They wait for the right time, they wait for the right idea, they wait for someone to come and hand them success. But let me tell you something, the right time will never come. The perfect idea will never appear in your mind like magic. And no one is coming to save you. You have to open your eyes, open your mind, look around you. The world is full of challenges. The world is full of things that are broken. The world is full of things that need to be improved. And that's where opportunities are hiding. You see, there are two types of people in the world. The first type, when they see a problem, they complain. They say, why is life so unfair? Why is this so difficult? Why doesn't someone fix this? And then there's the second type, the rare type. The people who look at the same problem and say, what if I am the one to fix it? That's the difference. That's the mindset that changes everything. I have met so many young people who tell me, sir, I have no opportunities. I have no money. I have no connections. How can I succeed? And I always tell them the same thing. Good. That means you are free to create something. That means you have nothing to lose. That means you can see the world differently. Because let me tell you something, even if I gave you $1 million today, if you don't have the mindset to find and create opportunities, you would still fail. Look at the world today. The internet has made everything possible. Knowledge is free. Business is global. You can sit in your small room with just a phone and reach millions of people. But still, people say, there are no opportunities. There are no excuses. Because the truth is, the greatest opportunities are not given. They are found. They are created. They are built from nothing, from the smallest ideas, from the moments when you decide, I will not wait anymore, I will start. Maybe right now, your life is difficult. Maybe you feel lost. Maybe you feel like nothing is working. But let me tell you, in this very moment somewhere, someone is looking at the same world as you and seeing an opportunity. The question is, which person will you be? There will be days when everything feels impossible. When you wake up and question why you are even trying. When every door you knock on refuses to open. When you pour your heart into something only to watch it fall apart before your eyes. Those are the moments that test you. Those are the moments that separate those who dream from those who achieve. Because let me tell you, something success is never easy. It is never handed to you. It is earned through pain, through struggle, through the nights when you feel like you can't go on but push yourself anyway. I have seen people give up when they were just one step away from success. One step. And they walked away. Not because they weren't capable, not because they weren't talented, but because they let failure define them instead of teach them. Failure is not the end. It is a lesson. It is life's way of asking you, how bad do you really want this? And most people, they don't want it bad enough. They want it until it gets difficult. Until they get rejected. Until they hear someone say, you're not good enough. But listen to me, every rejection is just redirection. Every failure is just foundation. Every time the word tells you no, what it's really saying is, show me how much you want this. Look at the most successful people in history. Do you think they had it easy? Do you think they just woke up one day and everything was handed to them? They failed repeatedly, painfully, publicly. Steve Jobs was fired from his own company, the company he built with his own hands. They pushed him out and he could have given up right there. He could have said, maybe I'm not meant for this. But he didn't. He started again. And when he returned, he didn't just fix Apple, he turned it into one of the greatest companies the world has ever seen. Jack Ma, a man who applied for 30 different jobs and got rejected every single time. A man who failed university entrance exams multiple times. A man who was told again and again, you're not smart enough. But did he stop? Did he let those voices define his future? He built Alibaba one of the biggest companies in the world, and proved that rejection means nothing if you refuse to let it break you. And then there's you, right now, sitting here, listening to this. Maybe you're at a point in your life where everything feels like it's going wrong, where you feel like you've tried everything and nothing is working. Maybe you've failed so many times that you're starting to believe that this is it, that maybe you were never meant to succeed. But let me tell you the truth. The fact that you are still here means you are still in the game. The fact that you are still breathing means your story is not over. And the fact that you are listening to this means something inside you is still fighting. You may have lost battles, but you have not lost the war. It doesn't matter if people doubt you. It doesn't matter if no one believes in you. It doesn't even matter if you don't believe in yourself right now. What matters is that you keep going, because the moment you give up, that is the only real failure. That is when you prove the world right. That is when you say, yes, you were right, I wasn't good enough. And I refuse to accept that for you, because I know there is something inside you that refuses to stay down. Something inside you that wants more, that knows you are meant for more. I want you to think about this. Imagine it's 10 years from now, and you are looking back at this moment. What will you say? Will you say, I wish I had kept going? Will you say, I was so close, but I gave up? Or will you look back with pride, knowing that you fought through it? Because here's the truth. Every successful person you admire was once standing exactly where you are now, facing failure, facing doubt, facing rejection. The only difference between them and the people who never made it is that they chose to keep going. So, what will you choose? Will you let failure define you, or will you let it build you? Will you let the pain break you, or will you use it to become stronger? Will you be the person who gave up just before success? Or the person who pushed through and made their dreams real? The choice is yours. But let me tell you something. One day you will make it. One day you will look back at this struggle and you will smile, because you will know it wasn't for nothing. Every tear, every sleepless night, every moment of doubt, it was all worth it, because you never gave up. And that is why you won. Change. It's one of the most feared words in human history. It's the thing that makes people uncomfortable. The thing that shakes the ground beneath our feet. The thing that forces us to question everything we thought we knew. But let me tell you something. The greatest opportunities in life exist where change happens. The most successful people, the biggest companies, the greatest ideas, they all come from those who don't just accept change but embrace it. Think about it. Everything you see around you, the phone in your hand, the clothes you wear, the way you travel, the way you do business, none of it is the same as it was 10 years ago. The world is moving fast. Technology is rewriting the rules of success every single day. The things that worked yesterday may not work tomorrow, and that's where most people fail. They resist. They cling to the past. They refuse to adapt. But the truth is, change doesn't wait for you to be ready. It comes whether you like it or not. And in that moment, you have two choices. Either you fight it and get left behind, or you embrace it and move forward. Let me tell you a story. There was a man who worked in a bookstore. Every day, he arranged books on shelves, helped customers, and loved the smell of fresh pages. He thought, this is my life. This is how books are sold. This will never change. But then, one day, the internet came. A company called Amazon started selling books online. People laughed at it. They said, who would buy books without touching them? But Amazon embraced change. And the bookstore, it closed. The same thing happened to taxi drivers when Uber came. It happened to hotels when Airbnb arrived. It happened to companies when AI and automation took over. And it will keep happening. Change is coming, faster than ever before. But here's the secret: change is not the enemy. Fear is, most people don't fail because they aren't smart or hardworking. They fail because they are afraid to change, afraid to take risks, afraid to do something new. And fear is the killer of dreams. It whispers, stay where you are. Don't try. What if you fail? What if you look stupid? And most people listen to it. They stay the same. They never grow. They never innovate. But let me ask you something. What is the worst that can happen if you try? Maybe you fail. Maybe you struggle. Maybe people laugh at you. So what? If you never try, you fail before you even start. I know this fear because I have felt it too. I have faced moments where everything I knew was changing and I didn't know if I could survive. But I realized something powerful. The people who change the world are not the ones who avoid fear, but the ones who push through it. Look at the companies that rule the world today. They didn't start big. They started as crazy ideas. Google was just a research project. Facebook was just a college website. Alibaba, people laughed at me. They said, how can a small company from China compete with the world? They told me, Jack, this will never work. But I saw the future. I saw the change coming. And I knew that if I didn't embrace it, someone else would. You have to make the same decision. Right now, you have to stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for someone to tell you, yes, now is the right time. Because that will never happen. There is no right time. There is only now. Maybe you have an idea. Maybe you want to start a business, switch careers, learn a new skill, or do something completely different from what you have always done. And maybe you are afraid. Maybe people are telling you, this won't work. Maybe your own mind is telling you, what if I fail? But let me tell you something important, Evie. Great thing in history was built by people who were willing to take a risk. Every breakthrough happened because someone somewhere decided to step into the unknown. There was a time when people thought flying was impossible. Then came the Wright brothers. There was a time when people thought electric cars were a joke. Then came Tesla. There was a time when people thought the internet was a fad. Then came a revolution. What does this tell you? That the world belongs to the people who embrace change before everyone else. I want you to imagine something. Imagine you are standing at the edge of a cliff. Behind you is everything you know, your comfort, your security, your old way of doing things. In front of you, a deep unknown. You don't know what will happen if you jump. You don't know if you will fly or if you will fall. But here's the thing. If you never jump, you will never know. Most people spend their entire lives standing at that edge, wondering, worrying, hesitating, and by the time they decide, it's too late. The world has moved on. The opportunity is gone. Don't let that be you. The world is changing. AI, automation, new technologies, these are not things to be afraid of. They are opportunities, but only for those who are willing to embrace them. So I ask you today, you ready to change? Are you ready to innovate? Are you ready to step into the unknown? Because the future does not belong to those who wait. It belongs to those who act. Working with the right people is not just a matter of finding individuals with skills or experience. It is about discovering a group that shares your vision, aligns with your values, and walks alongside you on the journey of creating something extraordinary. When you start your journey towards building your future, remember this success is not a solo mission. No one, not even the greatest innovators, entrepreneurs, or leaders, achieves greatness alone. It is the people you surround yourself with that will either elevate you or pull you down. The power of the right people at the right time with the right energy is the secret ingredient to creating not just success, but lasting significance. Think about it for a moment. No person has ever built a monumental empire alone. It doesn't matter if you're starting a small business, a groundbreaking tech startup, or even a social movement. You need people who bring something unique, something essential, something you don't possess yourself. They say, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. The wisdom behind this simple statement is profound. Yes, you might achieve quick victories alone, but the real, meaningful, and transformative victories are won when you have the right team standing beside you. So, who are the right people? It's easy to get caught up in the idea that you need a team of experts, a team with decades of experience, or a team that has already proven themselves. But it's not about finding the perfect resume. It's about finding people with the right mindset. It's about discovering individuals who will challenge you to think bigger, push you to grow beyond your limits, and stand by you even in the toughest times. The right people are those who inspire you to be the best version of yourself. Those who don't just follow instructions but challenge the status quo, offer new ideas, and are constantly striving to innovate. I want you to think deeply about this. How many times in your life have you been held back because you were working with the wrong people? People who doubted you, who didn't believe in your vision, who were too comfortable with the way things were. Maybe they told you your ideas were too big, too impossible. Maybe they didn't understand the risks you were willing to take, the sleepless nights you spent thinking about the future. But the right people, they get it. They see beyond the ordinary. They see the future before it even arrives. And they're not afraid to run after it with you. They believe in you when no one else does. And more importantly, they believe in the mission you're creating together. Now, let's pause for a moment and really reflect on this. Have you ever had the privilege of working with someone who truly believed in you? Someone who pushed you past your comfort zone, who stood by you through thick and thin, who refused to let you quit, even when the journey seemed impossible. That is the power of the right people. They will never let you fall too far. And when you stumble, they will be there to help you rise again. But it's not just about what the right people bring to the table. It's about the energy they bring to the group. Energy is contagious. If you're around people who are motivated, passionate, and hungry for success, their energy will lift you up. But if you're surrounded by negativity, doubt, and people who are content with mediocrity, you will find yourself sinking into the same mindset. Energy is everything. You need to cultivate a space where everyone is aligned with the same mission, where everyone is working towards the same goal, and where there is no room for complacency. And I'll tell you something, it's okay to walk away from people who drain your energy. It's okay to cut ties with people who bring nothing but negativity into your life. It's okay to walk away from those who don't believe in your dreams. The right people will uplift you, will challenge you, and will make you see possibilities that you might have never imagined. But the wrong people, they'll hold you back, they'll make you question yourself, and they'll create doubt in your heart. Now, let's talk about something even more important, the values of the people you work with. When you find the right people, they should not just be experts in their fields. They should share your values. If you're someone who values integrity, you need a team that holds the same standard. If you value hard work, you need a team that is willing to go the extra mile. Shared values create trust, and trust creates a solid foundation for everything else to flourish. Without trust, without the foundation of mutual respect and understanding, any team will crumble. You need people who are not just going to do their job. They need to care about the mission as much as you do. Because at the end of the day, the mission is what will carry you through the toughest times. When obstacles arise, when the future feels uncertain, when you wonder if it's all worth it, the mission is what will keep you going. And if everyone in your team shares that mission, you won't be able to stop them. Together, there is no challenge too big to overcome. There is no mountain too high to climb. I want to tell you a story. There was a time when a visionary had an idea. He didn't have money, he didn't have the resources, and he certainly didn't have a big team. But what he had was an idea and the right people who believed in that idea. They didn't see the obstacles, they saw the possibilities. Together, they built something from nothing. The idea became a movement. And that movement changed the world. It wasn't just about the idea, it was about the people who came together to bring that idea to life. And this is the most important thing I want you to understand. You are not alone. You are not in this world to work in isolation, to fight your battles alone. When you find the right people, you find strength, you find support, and you find belief. The right people will challenge you. They will push you. They will stretch you. And they will help you unlock potential in yourself that you didn't even know existed. But remember, the right people don't come easy. You have to be willing to seek them out, to invest in relationships, to show up for others, to lead with integrity, to inspire with your vision. The right people will only follow you if you lead with purpose. If your vision is clear, if your passion is strong, if your mission is something bigger than just making money or building a business, the right people will come. So take this moment and think about who you are working with right now. Do they inspire you? Do they challenge you? Do they believe in your mission? Are they lifting you up or holding you back? If you're not surrounded by the right people, it's time to make a change. The right people are out there. But they won't find you unless you start looking for them.